We've all been there, young, curious, and stumbling upon things we don't quite understand. For me, it was a magazine hidden in the garage, pictures I shouldn't have seen. It sparked a curiosity, a confusion about sexuality that lingered for years. I didn't know who to talk to, so I kept it to myself. Shame started to build. It felt like a weight on my shoulders. Then came the internet. Suddenly, the world opened up, and with it, more questions than answers. I stumbled upon a video, a sermon of sorts, about sin. The preacher spoke with fire and brimstone, condemning homosexuality as an abomination. Fear gripped my heart. Could this be me? Was I destined for hellfire?
The fear was paralyzing. I was trapped between my burgeoning curiosity and the condemnation I felt from the pulpit. The shame intensified. I began to withdraw, afraid of being found out, afraid of what others would think. My grades slipped. I stopped talking to friends. I was lost in a maze of my own making, with no way out in sight. One night, after everyone had gone to bed, I broke down. I knelt beside my bed and prayed, tears streaming down my face. I didn't know if anyone was listening, but I poured out my heart. I confessed my confusion, my fear, my shame. I begged for forgiveness, for guidance, for salvation. Life went on. I tried to bury my feelings, to focus on school and friends. I met a girl, Sarah. She was kind, funny, and easy to talk to. We became close friends, sharing secrets and dreams. We started dating. It felt good to have someone to confide in, to share the burden of my secret. One day, Sarah invited me to her church. She described it as a lively place, full of music and energy. I was hesitant at first, my past experiences with religion casting a long shadow. But Sarah insisted it would be different, that I would feel welcome. Reluctantly, I agreed to go.
Sunday morning arrived, and I found myself standing awkwardly in the foyer of Sarah's church. The music spilled out from the sanctuary, a joyful noise that was both unfamiliar and strangely inviting.
People smiled and greeted each other with genuine warmth. I didn't feel judged, condemned.
It was a stark contrast to the cold, judgmental atmosphere of my past experiences. We entered the sanctuary, and the music washed over me. It was upbeat, contemporary, and full of life. People were clapping, singing along, and raising their hands in praise. It was unlike anything I had ever experienced in a church before. I felt a strange sense of belonging, of acceptance that I couldn't quite explain.
There was no condemnation, no judgment, only compassion and grace. The pastor took the stage, and his words resonated deep within me. He spoke of love, of forgiveness, of a God who welcomed everyone with open arms, regardless of their past.
For the first time, I felt a glimmer of hope, a sense that maybe, just maybe, there was a place for me in this thing called faith. As the service continued, something shifted within me. The weight of shame and fear began to lift. Tears streamed down my face, but this time they were tears of relief, of release. I felt a presence, a love so profound and overwhelming that it could only be God. That day at Sarah's church changed my life. It wasn't a sudden dramatic conversion, but the beginning of a journey, a slow and steady walk towards the light. I started attending church regularly, drawn by the music, the sense of community, and the unwavering love I felt there. The fear and shame that had haunted me for so long gradually dissipated, replaced by a newfound sense of hope and purpose. Today, my faith is the cornerstone of my life. It guides my decisions, shapes my relationships, and gives me a sense of peace and contentment that I never thought possible. I learned that God's love is not conditional. It's not based on our mistakes or our past. It's a love that heals, restores, and empowers us to live our lives to the fullest.